All right. So, like I said, my name is Adeyemi Fakomiti, a 6A distributor of Energic International. Energic is a Japanese company. It's a company that been on for over 51 years. This 2025 make it 25, 51 years that this company has been in existence. It just that we have different stories about the history, okay, which we are going to be in line with it as I'm running through the presentation. So precisely, Energic is 1974, which makes 51 years old this year. And Kangen machine was actually invented in 1974 as a research done by a group of Japanese doctors over spring water. Spring water is actually a rock water, a natural rock water. So this water, a lot of people that have access to spring water in different locations around the world say one thing, that the water heals the body systems. Some people even actually think that is one actually deity that is actually responsible for this healing that's happened to spring water in human body. But a Japan group of doctors actually go into a serious research in 50s, and they fetch water in about 5 different locations. One of the locations is Lune, France, Mexico, India, Saudi Arabia, and Germany. Despite the fact that the locations are 5 different continents, different countries, okay, we also have a lot of locations in Nigeria, which I'm sure we also have in Liberia. There is no country that doesn't have a natural spring water. Now, after collecting water in about 5 different locations, and they discovered that after taking the water to the lab, they all have the same property. And what is actually present in the water that causes the healing property is called active hydrogen. So, and then I look at it that how can they replicate using a technology to replicate or to mimic spring water in our homes through technology. So they have to continue the research, because if you have access to water that contains active hydrogen, one is going to have 3 properties which form the basis of our presentation tonight. So in 1974, they were able to conclude in producing Kangen machine to do something to the water. We call it ionize. Ionization is a process whereby a titanium gemstone, which is on this machine, with electric shock on that rock, the water that passed through it is going to separate the water into 2 parts, positive electron and negative electron. So the one that have negative electron, after checking it, they have the active hydrogen is actually more. So in 1974, they concluded in producing the Kangen machine, and they name it Kangen machine. So in brief, Kangen is a Japanese word, and the meaning of that Kangen is return to origin. That is, stay away from chemical polluted water and have access to a natural rock water there in your home. By you owning Kangen machine, it's like you have the natural habitat rock water in your home. But your building water will need to go into this machine, because Kangen machine cannot produce water without the water in your building. Once the regular test was done on the water by checking the pH of the water, it has to be actually regular. That is, it has to be average like 6.5 to 7 pH. And once we check the total dissolved solid, that is the mineral content, one, it is average that human being can metabolize, then the water can go through Kangen machine. And ionization will take place. It will now separate the bad water and give you water that contains active hydrogen. So if the water you consume contains active hydrogen, the 3 properties we are going to address is going to be there. So let's back to the main point, or to the main presentation we have. What I've just explained to you is the genesis of how energy come into existence in 1974. And there, they produced the bigger size of the machine and were only used in hospital in Japan until 1994. Meaning, it is Kangen machine were only used in hospital in Japan for good 20 years. From 1974 to 1994, 1994, they now produced the domestic model unit, which is called Level Look SZ501, the one you are seeing on the screen. And that can be used in home and also in hospital and every other places. As long as people live there and they need to drink water, Kangen machine can be installed so that it can give you a natural spring water. So revolutionize your lifestyle with Kangen water, because Kangen, water is an essential in our body system, which we are going to learn a lot about it today. So, like I said, after concluding in producing the machine in 1974, they tagged the name Kangen machine or Kangen water, meaning return to origin, so that you can stop drinking water from plastic. So, and we have our slogan says, change your water, change your life. Now, water is an essential element, is an essential thing that we can't do. As a matter of fact, you can't survive if you don't drink water. You can survive if you don't eat food. But water, you can't survive if you don't drink water. You have to be drinking water on a daily basis, because water is the form basis of everything that goes into your body system. Now, to tell you the importance of water, human body is made up of 75% of water. So even in organs in the body, you can see on the screen, we have about the blood is made up of 82%, 83%, kidney is about 83%, liver is 86%, muscle is 76%, bone is 22%, connective tissue is 60%. So all these, point that water is very, very important. So not all water are equal. Now, first, let's look at the regular water that most countries adopt in getting easy, faster access to water, because we are in a generation of fast. Everything, we make it fast. Fast food, fast water, fast smart house, everything fast, fast, fast. Now, from the section of country adopting this system of production of water, it has actually come to notice in health sector that people have, people that have challenges with their kidneys, with their cancer, is actually more than to those days when we don't have water in these plastics. Now, let's look at the plastic. We're looking at the storage of the plastics. First, such water that go into this plastic go through filtration systems, chlorinated, put a lot of chemicals to make the water neutral, because according to what health says, every water has to come out in neutral for every country, for suitable for drink. But after producing the clean water and store it in these plastics, from production state to consumer states, the water that stays in these plastics, there's a chemical used in producing these plastics called bisphenol. Bisphenol is highly hazardous. Bisphenol is leached into the water, especially when it experiences access to sun heat on these plastics. Because if you see most people that sell this, that help people that produce the plastic water, they usually put in front of their office to attract buyers. And when this plastic experiences sun, it leaches a lot into the water and destroy the freshness of the water, and the chemical of bisphenol leach to this water. And research shows that bisphenol is carcinogenous. That is, if you continue drinking water from this, when the chemical leach to the water, can lead to cancer in future. That is why you see a lot of people are, having issue with organs failure. In fact, it has become a business for people to have dialysis in so many countries, so that they use it for a mix of evacuating waste out of the body systems. But my brother, life is much more than that. You don't need to allow your kidney to get infected before you know that you have to prevent, because prevention is better than curative. So let's go for that. Now, if you decided to change your water by investing your money and own Kangen machine, this three property is present in, active hydrogen. One, Kangen ionizer is a unique property that contains one antioxidant, meaning a meter will show that the water is reading negative, meaning oxidation is not present. We're going to talk about that. Second is alkaline, which is anti-aging. Thirdly is microcluster. Micro is talking about the structures, the molecule structures of the water. So let's run through it. The first text we're going to go through that is present in Kangen water is that oxidation is not present. It's called antioxidation. Spring water is antioxidation. Kangen water is antioxidation, meaning oxidation is not present, okay? Because oxidation is bad. Another word of oxidation is rottenness. You can use, rotten tomato or rotten apple, okay, or aging. In human, look, by the time you drink water that is oxidation present, it will, oxidize your cells and tends your body towards aging. All right, it will tend your body towards, it makes you to age faster because the water that you take into your body systems is actually what? Oxidation present. Now, that is, oxidation is, another word of oxidation is rottenness or aging. That is, oxidation plus, if the water you consume daily is oxidation present, it will lead to faster sicknesses and also lead to what? Aging. All right, that is the first property. Now, to check oxidation present in anything liquid, you can have access to ORP meter. Now, I have the meter with me. Okay, I'm just making the presentation to be faster. That's using this particular one. I have the one that show you the video of how the oxidation text carry out. Now, this meter is called ORP meter, oxidation reduction potential meter. This is the only meter you can use. You can Google it. It's the only meter you can use to check oxidation present in anything liquid. Okay, anything liquid. What I mean is, it could be smoothing. That is when you blend your fruit. Now, fruit is actually oxidation minus. Okay, meaning all fruits are antioxidant because oxidation is not present. Meaning, if you blend a fresh fruit that you pluck from your farm and you blend it into a liquid and you drop the sensitive part of the ORP meter, it will show negative reading. Negative reading means life is in the fruit. Now, the water we drink should also have negative reading. That is why spring water read negative ORP, meaning the reading shows a minus reading start from 400 and above, which is from Kangen machine, because Kangen is a replica of spring water. Now, you can see the cod liver oil, the vitamin C, which is orange, they are all negative reading, meaning oxidation is not present, which it is needed in the body because antioxidant is needed in our body system to create a healing voltage, in our whole eco body system. Now, look at the tap water, look at the regular plastic water storage. Now, let me say this. Do you know that if you also store Kangen water in this, bisphenol A plastics, you also destroy. You know why am I saying that? Because in Nigeria, we have a lot of companies that is producing spring water in plastics. One of it is in my state. I come from Ekiti State in Nigeria. We have a spring location called Ekogosi. And the governor of that state invested in it and produced Gosi water. But Gosi water is also packaged in plastic bottle. Meaning, if you also package Kangen water in plastic bottle, you also bring the value of Kangen down to the oxidation bottle, because that bottle will leach the chemical into it and destroy the freshness, the oxidation, the antioxidant that is present in the water. So, meaning Kangen water is not also made to be packaged like this conventional water packaging. I hope you understand that. I'm saying it because a lot of people are in from outside Nigeria. Now, also think the tap water is also positive. Your soft drinks, soda drinks, your beer, all these are oxidation present. You can see the reading is showing from 200, 300. The higher in positive, the more oxidation you draw into your body system, into your system. That means your body will age faster. I hope you get that. So Kangen water is fresh, is antioxidant present, and is able to heal your body ecosystems, is able to stop any form of cancerous cell. Meaning, if the water you are drinking, like for example, people with cancer in their body, doctor usually recommend them to go with vitamin C that at least from 1,000 milligrams. Why? Because vitamin C 1,000 milligrams, if you put it into a water and you use, because they need a powerful antioxidant that is present there, that's why they recommended a higher one for them to stop the effectiveness of cancerous cells in the body system. So, but that can be vitamin C, that can be in chemical productions. But if you have access to a fresh Kangen water, which is having 600 to 800 negative reading of higher antioxidant, it's stop the effectiveness of cancerous cells in human body system. That is why if people with cancer, they need fresh Kangen water on daily basis for the next 2 months to stop the effectiveness of cancerous cells in the body system. Why? If every other thing that doctor is giving to them, or they should also change their diet systems and stay away from sugar, from anything that has to do with artificial, stay away from Indomie, stay away from Maggi, stay away from all those things. You see, with Kangen water and also follow their doctor prescription, you see that immediately cancerous cells begin to die one by one. So these are the first property that is present in Kangen water that you can't get in regular water. So that means is if you are also on Kangen water, you can't have anything to do with cancer in your body system because you're already loading your body with a serious in your body system. So the second property is alkaline, which is anti-aging. All right. Also, the fourth property also is anti-aging, but this also is also powerful anti-aging. Now, when you talk about water being alkaline, you see doctors and water says let every water become neutral. Neutral means 7 pH. All right. That is why you see every plastic water are given to produce a pH of 7. Now, why that? Because they know that not that they don't have information that alkaline is good for our body system. No, it's good. But they know that getting water alkaline is somewhat of the thing that is very difficult because through induction, through adding baking soda, through adding lime into water, or through chemical dosing water, you can make your water to become alkaline. All that is called is an artificial alkaline system, which can also lead to a lot of, problems in your body system. One, if you drink water that is alkaline based, which is done through inductions, through additive, okay, through, that is not natural. Now, it is your kidney that will break down the molecules of the water before your body can accept the alkaline there. So that can actually cause a lot of problems in the nearest future. That was why water says, let every water become neutral. Now, if you're talking about pH of water, before that, Kangen water becomes alkaline through what? Through ionization process. One, through process of electrolysis, through separation. Water goes into Kangen machine, so the down part will separate the bad water. The upper side, the one you are drinking, contain the active hydrogen, which is negative percent, which is antioxidant. Second, anti-aging, which is alkaline. Thirdly, micro. Now, because the Kangen machine doesn't add anything to the original water, rather is separate to give you, hydrogen-rich water. I hope you understand the formula I'm explaining. Now, that is the process of how Kangen water make your water to become alkaline, which it is natural. Which is what? Natural. Okay? So now, let's look at the scale. Scale starts from 0 and end in 14. Meaning, any from 0 to 14, that is the highest. So middle is green. So anything below green, light green, yellow, orange, red, it is acid. Meaning, when you drink water that is in this form, you begin to build acid reflux. Acid tissues, not acid reflux. When it becomes too more, that is when it becomes acid reflux. When it's got acid reflux, then you started having ulcerative. You started having joint issue, that is arthritis. So, but first you build acid tissues in all your echo body systems, which tends towards disease, which weaken your immunity, which weaken your body system. But anything from above 7, which is light blue, dark blue, purple is alkaline, and alkaline is healthy, especially natural, not additive alkaline. I hope you understand. So this is the second property that is present in Kangen water. Now, the third property, which I'm going to mention, is microcluster. Now, microcluster is talking about better hydration, which is elimination of toxic, because the water break down the molecules and it makes it smaller for easy absorption. Now, let's look at the regular water. Regular water chemistry is H2O, meaning it's in form of ball, which you can only see with your microscopy. All right, it's in form of ball. After becoming form of ball, it clusters together, it forms together, make it difficult for the water to penetrate your cell. Now, when you need water, because water is a transport that transports every nutrient from food, from supplement, from drugs, from anything that goes into your body systems, water transport the nutrient into your cell, into your cellular. All right. Now, because this regular water we drink, the molecular structure is too bulky. So that is why when you drink it, it forms a very launching in your system, in your tummy, and begin to make budu, 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 budu. Now, because the molecule is larger, so it will limit absorptions. Okay, that means it's also limit nutrient to the cell. That's the meaning. Now, the same water that is H2O go into Kangen machine, and Kangen break the molecule to a smaller unit. It's like you take a ball of orange. Let's look at a one single orange. Instead of you to consume it, to start up the difficulty of consuming a single orange, you use a knife to break it to a smaller unit so that you can easily what? Put it in your mouth and shoot. That's exactly what Kangen water does to regular water. So make it smaller unit so that it will penetrate your cell as fast as possible to help your body to absorb essential nutrient in any food you consume, so that your body can respond to treatment, your body can respond to nutrient absorption, your cell can be in a rejuvenation state. I hope you understand. Now, this is another wonderful systems that help Kangen water to get the first property, which is antioxidant, anti-aging, alkaline, and also the micro is the transporter. So let's go for that to get more about that. Now, microcluster is Kangen, is efficient transporter of nutrient, powerful cleanser of cellular waste. That is, it takes nutrient to the cell and also help toxic to be flushed out of the body system from the cell. I hope you understand that. So let's look at what a doctor talks about this research. The name of this doctor is Dr. Otto Erich Warburg. He's a doctor and did the research in 1923 and won a physiology Nobel laureate prize in 1931, and he proved in his work that the metabolism of tumor, it demonstrated that all forms of cancer are characterized by two basic conditions, which is acidosis and hypoxia. Hypoxia meaning is lack of oxygen. Now, these two processes is a problem of people that have cancer. That's why you see a cancer person is having acid tissues. Now, an acid tissue have lack of oxygen, and the lack of oxygen is the negative you are seeing in the Kangen water. We solve the problem of hypoxia. Now, the acidity solve the problems, which alkaline solve the problem of acidity in the body system. So these two problems have been solved with Kangen water. That is why Kangen water help people that have cancer in their body system. I hope you understand that. So if the doctor begin to give the drugs to the cancer patient, body will take the nutrient and the toxins of the drug will be going out of the system. Now, if somebody with cancer go through chemotherapy. Now, Kangen machine will begin to flush out the toxicity of the what do you call it? What do I call it? Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I said just now. That is the chemotherapy. Toxic of the chemo in the body system, Kangen will flush it out of the body system. So body begin to respond faster. That's why we have a numerous testimony of people with cancer here in Nigeria. Now, let's look at the problem that acidity causes in the body systems. Now, look at it. The root cause of disease. Acid buildup in the body is known cause of health problems and all digestive disease such as Parkinson's disease, that is the brain problems. Alzheimer's is also a brain problems. I mean, most cancer, is only the heart that cancer cannot, engulf. Every other part of the body, you can see cancer of the colon, cancer of the tumor, cancer of the lungs, cancer of the blood, which is leukemia, all those cancer, whatever, is actually caused by acid buildup. Now, heart disease, heart blood pressure, diabetes, kidney problems, arthritis, gut, all these problems are caused by acid buildup. Meaning, having access to Kangen water, you begin to prevent all these diseases in your body system. Now, that is a drinking water that present in Kangen machine. Now, another water is called beauty water. Now, beauty water is a byproduct of Kangen water. What I mean is, when you click a button of Kangen in Kangen machine, the separation water, which is coming under the machine, is beauty water, which is the byproduct. You can't drink it, but it's fantastic water for bathing, fantastic water for your flower, fantastic water for your, radiator, your car radiator is the best water for radiator. Very good for air, very good for skin, very good for, keep your beauty intact because it had the sharp pH of the skin. Now, this is how the Kangen machine look like. You can see this SZ501. Once you click the purple button, Kangen water comes from here. So there's a secondary hose under the machine, which will dispense beauty water. So that is two water come out at the same time. Now, if you click the next button, which is the green button, it will dispense neutral water. Neutral water is used for cooking. Neutral water is used for baby. A newborn baby cannot take Kangen water because of the pH is higher. So you give them neutral water. Why? Because they are naturally born alkaline pH. That is why you see a newborn baby have a very wonderful, nice smells. But when you go to old people home, a very, very acid, bad smells. Okay, so newborn baby does not need Kangen water. Give them a natural, neutral water. Now, neutral water can also be used for medication, that is your drugs. Neutral water can also be used for your cooking. That is that. Now, the next water is beauty water, which we've discussed about. Okay, that is 5.5, 4.5, or 6 pH. That is beauty water. Now, the last button is called strong acid water. So let's look at it. Okay. Now, strong acid water, which is alkaline water, which is very, very high in alkaline, but not stable for regular drink. But you can use it to remove pesticide, herbicide from your food, your beans, your rice, your fruit. You can soak them in 11.5. Within 10-15 minutes, you see all the chemical that be sprayed by the farmer. Now, you know one thing, that is why you see you begin to eat all this food, also contribute all those chemicals is still in the fruit, or is still in the beans, is still in the rice. It contributes a damages to the state 11.5. Now, 11.5 can only be drink only for emergency sake. Like people with cancer, we recommend an 11.5. People with Parkinson's disease, they can take a little of 11.5. Then emergency cases like somebody is having a asthmatic crisis and inhaler is not at reach, so you can get a half glass or a full glass of Kangen 11.5. That person can get relief, or take the person to hospital after you get the person relief. At least the person can resuscitate. Okay, any form of emergency, 11.5 will facilitate the healing process. So that is number 4. Lastly, 2.5. Now, when you click the last button, 11.5 comes from the front. So the byproduct of 11.5, which come out simultaneously, is 2.5. Now, 2.5 is very, very strong acid base. And 2.5 is one of the reasons why Kangen machine got certified with medical grade certification as a medical device. In Japan, over 6,000 doctors do research on Kangen machine, and 2.5 is one of the reasons, because 2.5 is used also in Japan as a sterilization of surgical equipment, because it killed 99.9% of germs. So 2.5 is very, very good to do that. Now, 2.5, you can use to wash, to sanitize your hand, to clean your environment, your table, your computer, your eyeglasses, your mirror. You can use to clean your kitchens and all that. Okay, you can spray it in the air to destroy any form of viruses, any form of germs around. Very, very fantastic. You can pour it once in a week and use it to mop your floor. 2.5 can also be used to gargle your mouth if you have bad breath, toothache, sore throat. As a matter of fact, 2.5 can be consumed if you eat food poison. I've used 2.5 to resuscitate people with a food poison. A half glass, very calm, very strong. 2.5 is very strong. It smells like a strong, chlorine water, but no any form of chlorine, because any water that goes through Kangen machine, at the outer part, chlorine is already what? Free. That is why Kangen machine have anti-chlorine filter, antibacterial filter. So any water from Kangen machine is chlorine free. So 2.5 is very, very good to resuscitate. 2.5, you can buy a vegetable from the market, because they display it. There's a lot of doses, a lot of viruses going. So you can soak it in 2.5 before you can cut it and slice before you can cook. 2.5 is very good on this. Okay, so these are the 5 solid different water from Kangen machine and the usefulness of it. So what I'm telling you tonight is not a theory that have not been proved and tested and approved. These are doctors. Now, Dr. Romishinya is a co-inventor of colonoscopy, and he wrote a book called Enzyme Factor. I have the book. I have the hard copy. You can go to Amazon and order this book. If you really want to know more about health, the video of Romishinya was the first video I played before the second video. Now, the second video I played was Bob G. Wright, which is director of American Anti-Cancer Institute, the man that they were doing an interview for. Now, Dr. Romishinya, he co-found, co-inventor of colonoscopy, to put camera from your back end and get access and watch your colon in the screen in case you have issue with your colon. Now, this guy, he said he has never issued a death warrant for any of his patients, because he go to the root cause. He used he placed his patient on diet program and also on Kangen water. So that was how he put his experience on the book called Enzyme Factor. He wrote about 4 other books before he died 6 years ago, and his legacy lives on. You can get that book on Amazon. Now, he talks a lot about Kangen water inside the books. Another doctor is, another person is Bob G. Wright, director of American Anti-Cancer Institute in New York. This guy, he wrote a book called Killing Cancer, Not the People, because the body he represented, they kill people with chemotherapy. Chemo kill than the cancer itself, because chemo target both the good cells and the bad cells of the body. You are more worse than when you go in. So when you come out, you are worse than when you go in. So this guy recommend Kangen water 11.5. He said in one of the interviews, he said, if I have cancer, I will drink a lot of 11.5 to stop the effectiveness of cancerous cells in my body system. That's one of the recommendations. Now, another doctor here is Dave Carpenter. He wrote a book called Change Your Water, Change Your Life. He gave us that, our slogan. Look at all these books, okay? Now, look at the books. You can get them. You can screenshot and begin to do a lot of getting them from Amazon. All these books are bestseller in Amazon. Now, let's look at Dr. Romishinya testimony from the column. This person has cancer and is already running through chemo. Now, this is what I tell people. If your doctor already asked you to go for your chemo, immediately I ask them, go for the first shot of the chemo. Immediately you come back, oh yeah, fight it with a 11.5 and regular 9.5, which you have to do the therapy for good 2 months. Every 2 weeks, 2 weeks in 11, 2 weeks off 11. But regular 9.5 has to be fetching fresh every day with minimum of 2 to 3 liters every day. And eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. Then get sour salt, get eat a lot of bitter cola and all that. Eat a lot of bitter cola, eat a lot of walnuts. All this I'm talking about, it has, they kill cancerous cells in the body systems. So you see that the person begin to respond. Now, look at somebody with chemo and 3 months of drinking Kangen water, 11.5 and change diet. 3 months, the old cells is back alive. So this pushes us to a testimony of Mama T. This woman, I met her in 2022, precisely first week of August. That was when we installed the first Kangen machine newly in Maryland, in Lagos. And our friend invited her, that is a miracle water in Lagos. Miracle water in Maryland. And she came because she has finished 6 pounds of chemo from Bangkok teaching hospital in Agbowo in Ogun State. And the doctor said she should go home. Her body is very, very weak. Sleeping is a problem. She can't eat, low energy. In fact, when they brought her air, you can see the first picture there. In just like 5 weeks of drinking 11.5 and drinking regular 9.5, changes. You can see the way she's standing there with her hair grow back. In 9 months, seriously fantastic. If you see her now, she's 61 years old, but she's looking like a 36, 37 years old. Now, this can it will hydrate your families, cleanse home naturally, then tone your skin. Now, use technology instead of chemicals. Then the best to mimic a natural water in your home is Kangen water, which it is a need or a must own by every family. Now, this is the biggest of the machine we have in Nigeria. It's called K8. In Naira value is 6,235,000 Naira. So this machine has 8 titanium plates, is a screen touch, is a new modern invention of Kangen machine. Now, it speaks 10 different languages. And it has lighting auto controller system. That is, like Africa, we use 220 to 240. But in US and Canada, they use 110. So meaning this machine can be used in Nigerian or African light or Europe light, and also used in US or Canada that use 110. It has lighting auto controller system. So the value is 6,235,000 Naira. And it comes with 5-year warranty. Minimum last man is 30 or 30 weeks. Every 5 years, they upgrade the minimum last span. Now, the new model, which is called Level Look DX, is a series of Level Look, and it has 7 titanium plates, and this one speaks 8 languages, and the value is 5,697,500. 5 years warranty is also on it, and also 30 years minimum last span use, also 30 years. Now, the next is Level Look SZ501 Platinum. This is the one I installed today. Okay. Level Look SZ501 Platinum. So the value is 5,160,000. So it speaks only 5 languages, and the cover is silver, which is a platinum covered. Okay. It speaks 5 languages, and the plate is 7 titanium plate. It's also 5-year warranty, and minimum last span is 30 years minimum last span. So let's look at this, the smallest of all. Now, Level Look SZ501. This one only speaks 1 language, and is SZ501. We call it, that's a brand. Okay, SZ501, that's the name. Level Look SZ501. Now, it speaks only one language, which is English. And it has 7 titanium plates. Very fantastic, very rugged. All the machines I'm talking about, they are very rugged and very fantastic. The best gift you can ever actually give to your family. Not the car, not the house. Because this forms the basis of enjoyment of that your car and that your house. Now, the price of this is 4,800,500. So we now have another one that look exactly like this. It's called Level Look Junior. Level Look Junior doesn't speak, but it's only write. Every one of them write and speak. But this one only write, and the titanium plate of this one is 4 plates. So the value is 4,085,000 naira. So you can buy it. Very good for all of them. They are very good for commercial. Very good for commercial. Anyone you pick, my brother, my sister, is the best gift for family. So let's go for that to know more about this machine. So here is the account details. So you can screenshot it, transfer, and give us the proof of payment. Then we can have your BAU data, okay, so that you can process the machine. Less than 48 hours, your machine will be activated, then ready for pickup. Okay, so we also have another machine. This is a new invention of our company called MGuard. MGuard is electromagnetic harmonizer. What does it do? Is that it captures radiation from all electronics. We have different type of radiation that is affecting our body systems. We live in a modern world, so technology is, we are living in a tech world that everything around us is technology. We have more, smartphone, smart houses. In fact, the houses you go to now, that everything that operates in that house is Alesia. Alesia, is it Alesia? Alesia is an AI. So the more you live in a soft technology environment, the more you are exposed to high radiation that is killing your body system. Like now we have electronic car, very, very high. It's like you are frying yourself when you are inside that car. It's like you live, if you're inside electric car, it's like you are inside, you are living under high tension, mass tension, like this thing that carry electric or that carry mass for telecommunication. So when you are inside electric car, it's like you are very close to high tension mass that you are prone to have tumor. You are prone to have cancer because radiation is cancerogenous. It leads faster to cancerous cells in the body cell because it weakens your immunity. So let's talk more about it. Now, we have 3 types of radiation. The first radiation is the one that the electric is using to transport energy to every gadget. That is called black radiation. Very good. Now, we have the second one, which is called blue radiation. Blue radiation is the one that your internet is using to send data. Now, the two of them, the black and the blue, they produce waste. And that waste is red. And that red is the one that affects you and I. So your fridge, your television, your phone, your electric bulb, your energy saver bulb is even more higher than the older bulb that show yellow, that is more, that using more energy. More energy, less radiation. Less energy, more radiation. So the new technology bulb that we're using, it have a higher radiation that affect our body system. So this new invention called MGuard is harmonizer. What does it harmonize? It only capture the red radiation within 8-meter radius. Once you put it on, like I have my own in the car, I didn't on it this night. Once you put it on, you are safe. You are like it's like you are in the village where you don't have access to fridge, you don't have access to any electronics, no wire, nothing. Which in such environment, you will sleep like a baby because radiation doesn't allow your body to rest. It places a lot of heavy, load on your head. That's why you see, you sit in one place, you are pressing your phone, it will get to a time that it will be feeling so weak. Why? Because radiation is suppressing you. So mGuard is the answer. And you can on it from morning to evening. Very, very fantastic. It saves your environment to live in a modern world and also have access to, a natural habitat. So this is change your life, change your environment, change your life. That is the slogan for mGuard. So we also have Ukon, is our only supplement. So I'll talk about this later. So let's go to the business aspect. Now, own your own business by owning Kangen machine so that you can change your water, change your life. All right. So once you make purchase for Kangen machine, then the system will set up your business account so that you can now recommend your friend to buy Kangen machine through your distributorship account. Then you can begin to make money from the system. Now, Energy have 8-point commission systems, which if you make use of selling of SD501, you in Nigerian monetary systems, we have 8 pies of 250,000 in 8 different pies. So your position ranking will determine how many 250 you are going to earn from the 8 points. So let's go for that. Now, a 51 years old private head company, which is an energy company, OEM, original equipment manufacturer. This company is the one that manufacture all their products. Now, Kangen machine is handcrafted, like the way they handcrafted Rolls Royce. That is why Dr. Omishinya says that Kangen machine is a Rolls Royce of water ionizer, and is the first. Every other ionizer try to mimic Kangen machine, but they can't get it because original is owned by a patented company which is called Energy Company. So accumulated sales systems, that's their marketing plan. International sponsoring, you can have your ID in Liberia and run businesses in said Kangen machine in that part of the world. Like as I'm talking to you right now, I have distributors in about 10 different countries. So I don't have bonuses only in Nigeria. So any country that have people, when they sell Kangen machine over there, I get my bonuses right there in Nigeria. So it is also applicable to every distributor of Energy. So sign up is free. Once you make purchase of Kangen machine, your distributorship will issue for you. Then no inventory, only own Kangen machine, and you have your ID, and it's open to receive bonuses from that point. So let's go for that to see. So a lot of certificate, Ministry of Health, certified Kangen machine. Then international, in US Water Quality Association certified Kangen machine with this certificate as a gold sealed, which you also see on the side of the Kangen machine. And under the right US. So it's not made in US, it's just that US certified, they put their seed on it to tell you that they give it a backup. Actually, US is a country that actually blow. We have about 8 branches of offices in US. Okay. Africa is also running, is under US. That is Japan. US is under Japan. Why US now control the worldwide market for them. So Nigeria or Africa is under US branch office. Okay. So that is how their systems operation. Now, US water quality certified Kangen machine. And in Japan, in 50s, this certification is given by a group of doctors. We call them JAPA. Okay, they run through a test in all the water from Kangen machine, especially 2.5. They gave it that it is a medical device. Their write-up on the water shows that it is a medical device. So ISO, International Standard Organization, certified also with 13,485. You can only see that number in all medical equipment. Is it hemorrhoid? Is it what they call this machine they use for removing water from the body system, which is the machine that does kidneys problems. Okay, so all these machines, they are all ISO certified with 13,485. So Kangen machine is the only machine that used in hospital and also used at home and offices for the use of human to have a good health. So this is a word from our chairman, says realizing a true physical health through Kangen machine, realizing true financial health through joining the business, and also realizing a true peace of mind, because the system does not ask you to buy product after you have owned your Kangen machine. Once you have it, you produce your water, you can also dispense and also generate money from selling the water and also make money from selling the machine. So energy now open in over 180 countries. So let's go for that. I'm trying to go on the marketing plan. So 8-point commission systems, you will enjoy it as you join the system. So 8-point commission structures will give you from a beginning when you buy the machine, you are 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. Then you now join the leadership bonuses earners. So let's start from how you can start as a beginner. So once you buy Kangen machine, you are a distributor. Your position at that point is 1A. So if you now initiate a sales with your ID to one of your friends, so that person is your 1A line. So you are earning 250,000. If it is US paid 205. No, they pay, I think it's a $230 in US. In Europe, they pay 205 euro because I was earning in euro before Nigerian office was set up. Okay, so this is how it is paid. So in Nigeria, 250,000 naira. We paid for that because you are a beginner. You are just a starter. So if you now sell again to another of your friend, which your second says, you see N250, because that second person will also become your second line of 1A distributor bonus earners. So anytime these two people, any of them make a sales of the machine, the system will still pay you 250,000. Each up to 8 levels down. Meaning, if distributor A sell 10 machine, you, the upline of distributor A, you earn 250 times 10. That's the meaning. And that is SD501. If you sell the higher product, which is a K8, that is 6 million, the 1 point of K8 is 325,000 naira per 6. So meaning you are earning 350, 325 times how many units of that 6 of that person that is sold. If the person is under this person too, you still earn the same thing, up to 8 levels down. So once you initiate the third sales, because the first and the second one has given you 2 cumulative, so the third one will promote you to 2A line. 2A means you are earning 250 times 2. So if you sell K8, you are earning 325,000 times 2. That's 600,000. That's the meaning. Okay? So on and on. So if this line to also sell, you are earning 500K per 6. So if you now have cumulative of 10 6, the system will promote you by initiating another 6 so that you can have line 3. Line 3 means you are earning 250 times 3. That's a 750,000 per 6 of the machine. So if this guy too also make a 6, you see earn the same 750,000 naira. Next, now if you are 3A, we are just giving you a projection. For example, if that your third line decided to get a contract to distribute 20 sets of machine, you will earn your 750 times 20. That's the meaning. So that's what we are explaining here. Next is, once you have cumulative of 20 machine from line 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the total sales is cumulative 20 machine, then you can initiate another sales with your ID to become 4A distributor. So you are earning 250 times 4. That's 1 million naira. So if this guy initiates sell 3 or 4, 5 machine, you are earning 1 million times number of units of the sales the person generates. Even indirect, you see earn the same 1 million naira. Now, if you have cumulative of 50 sales of the machine, okay, that is when you can promote to 5A distributors by initiating a new fresh sales that will help you to 5A distributors, and you earn 1,250,000 per each sales of the machine. On this point, and remember, any of this line you have before, they can sell, and you see earn the same amount of what is on that line. But this new line will be giving you this exact amount. So this system, we call it 8-point commission system. Next, once your cumulative hits 100 sales, then that is when you can initiate another sales with your ID to your customer, which will promote you to 6A line, which will earn you 1,000,000 500,000 naira. Now, I remember in the beginning in 2022, to become even 3A, it looks like a big achievement that you can't even get there in no time. I mean, in soon, but less than 2 months, I became 3A. Less than 3 months, I became 5A. And now I became 6A in 1 year and 2 months. All right. Now I'm promoting. Any moment now, I promote to the next rank, which is from leadership and higher ranking. So right now, I'm 6A distributors. Presently, we have only another one. The first state in Nigeria. When the office opened, I'm the first 6A. Okay. Now we have another 6A, which is my downlines, and also one other line for my upline downlines. Okay. So we have three 6A in Nigeria. Okay. So, and a 6A, if you have a 6 for your personal 6, you are earning 1.5 million naira. So this is how energy plan is. So once you become 6A distributors, you see another bonus which is called leadership of 8 points, of education allowance, which is in Nigeria of SD501, you are earning 154,000 naira of every sales of machine that comes under your team. So this is how energy plan is. So I believe that we understand these 8 points. I want to put a stop from here. I don't want to go for that. Okay, for more explanation. Okay, so if you have any question, please kindly open. You can open for question. But before I go there, let me talk about career path. Now, career path comes in once you become 6A distributors. As 6A distributors, you'll be earning 8 points on every sales. You'll be earning education allowance. Then you also earn a career bonus. We call it one-time bonus or ranking bonus of $3,000. And the company gave me my own cash. They gave it to me raw cash. They give me an envelope and present to me with a black card. And that was early last year, early 2024. I became 6A distributors. Okay. Now, the next rank is develop 2 6A in 2 different lines. It could be direct or indirect. Once you do that, you become 6A2, which is the next rank I'm about to get to, and you earn $6,000. Your downline will earn $3,000 each. Next is, once 2 of them become 6A2, then you go to 6A2-2, then you earn 12,000, while they will earn $6,000 each. Now, once 2 of them become 6A2-2, then you become 6A2-3. You rank a 6A2-3 a legacy rank positions, which you'll be earning immediately. The same will pay you $25,000 one time and 5,000 basic from the following month, which is the best position that I'm working to get to, because this is a legacy rank. Minimum bonus is $5,000 from here. Okay, so that 5,000 is already a bump bonus for every person that is 6A2-3 and above. So the next is, each of your down 6A2-3, you produce 2 leaders of 6A2-3, then you become 6A2-4 and you earn one time $50,000, and basic is $10,000 every month. Next, 6A2-5. Once you are able to get somebody who becomes 5, you move to, 2A2-4 in 2, then you move to 6A2-5. Then you earn 100,000 one time and 15,000 every month. Lastly, once you have 2 persons that become 6A2-5, the same leg, the same 2 people that you have that promoted to 6A, to 6A2, they are the one that are also coming up. You work with them to come up so that you can go to the next rank. So becoming 6A2-6 with having 2 6A2-5, then 200,000 one-time bonus and basic 20,000 every month. I have a upline. Okay, Simon presently, when he came to Nigeria, was 6A2-2, but right now Simon is 6A2-5. You can see that, and he has never shared his bonus with me because he hasn't come since he left Nigeria. So after we opened the office, he only come once. He hasn't come back. When you see one-on-one, he normally opens his bonuses for me to see. Now, his upline, which is a Mr. Migwin, his friend, is not the guy is even is a single guy. Simon is also a single guy. All these guys now they invest a lot of money in property in Malaysia. They are Malaysian based. The other one is in India, which is a Mr. Emmat. Now, Migwin, I learned that one time he showed me his bonuses, and the minimum this guy is speaking as a 682-5. When I saw him, then the guy was taking sometimes $50,000, sometimes $60,000. End of the month, different from 8-point commission system. Because this one I talked about is outside 8-point, outside education allowance. So this is paid end of the month based on the cumulative sales of the whole team sales of the machine. So these are how the energy plan is. You see that it's worth doing. It's worth giving it time. It's worth giving. Now, what are the top earners are doing? One, share your story. Have access to Kangen water. That's why you see me. I'm talking about the people from Liberia. They need to have Kangen machine. They need to pick up one to use it to open a access for people to get Kangen machine. From there, sales of the machine begin to come in. So then every individual begin to have their stories. And you see that people begin to use how to market the centers that there's a miracle water here called Kangen machine. People begin to come and line up to come and get the water. That's what happened in our office, even in Maryland then. You see, with the whole area that is so quiet become, I mean, people begin to pump in from all angles. Even people travel from, outside Lagos to come and get Kangen machine, Kangen water then. So educate and inform. You need to attend trainings. You need to read books. You need to go through YouTube. You need to do a lot of research. All these people are talking about, you need to order them for you to equip yourself and get a lot of information about what you are doing. Then attend demonstrations. Those are also equipping yourself. Then do follow up. When you show people to attend demo, then you need to follow them up and duplicate yourself in other people. See, simplicity is the key. That's just the simplicity. So there's a slogan which says, no demo, no sales. No one can determine your income. Only you can do that. No other person can do that for you. So yeah, this is a lady that you saw the testimony of the cancer person that we showed the other time, Manati. She just became a 5A distributor, which we celebrated, I think, at the month of November. You can see her there. You can see the way she's looking. This is her present look now. She's already free from cancer. So she's using her story to market the machine like any other thing. In fact, she has sold to BB people in Nigeria, and she's connecting a lot of BB people. Okay, she's got all BB pastors, connecting them, because when they hear her story, when she shares her testimony, people begin to pick up the Kangen machine. So you can turn your story, to testimony. Now, another person who become 3A distributors. We also have another. This is my guy. Is my leader. He's based in Warri. All these people, they also are downlines. Okay, the guy is working towards becoming 5A distributor. So do it. Just do it. And the best time to do that is now. So thank you and God bless you. I believe that you really enjoy the presentation. So please, the floor is open for question and answer. Please, can you open for question and answer? Please, can you go into the pricing machine? And we've done that. I believe you have seen the price already. So of course, I believe so. But if you still want to talk about the pricing, I'll do that. All right. But let me stop the recording so that we can have time to